The biggest threat the BJP right now faces is actually not the opposition but the complacency within the party. The leadership of the Congress needs to have a vision which it has to sell to the public, to the electorate. The North versus South divide, I think it's a conjured up exercise, though there is evidence that the Congress has now won the Karnataka elections, has also won the Telangana election. But BJP still has the maximum number of MPs in South. Regional parties are only out to protect their own turf and just hoping for the best that maybe tomorrow everybody decides to vote for an anti-BJP alliance and they somehow sort of, conjure up the numbers and come together.
The state election results and the hat trick for the BJP in the Hindi heartland has given the ruling party a huge fillip ahead of the general elections scheduled round the corner. The general elections are still 4 months away, but observers feel that the morale of the BJP, the cadres of the party are enthused by this, and this means that they are hopeful that they will be able to conquer these states, not just these states, but the rest of the country in 2024. Now, while the states' election results do not always match the results of general elections, national elections, but they nevertheless, as I said, have a psychological impact on the political parties as well as on the voters. Let me come to you, Shishir Gupta. On Point Blank today, we have a political hot topic. All these observers which are saying that up to 2024 settle हो गया है, मोदी जी ही वापस आने वाले हैं. What would you say to them?
Namaskar. Well, it's not as simple as the observers are saying. For the simple reason, the biggest threat the BJP right now faces is actually not the opposition but the complacency within the party. The mood in the party has been uplifted by after they won Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh with a huge margin, and the public mood is such that they are looking towards a prime minister who is right now the tallest leader in the democratic world. He's the senior most leader, and he's also a leader who's now has a global reach, a global audience, and has painted a vision for the country to become a developed country by 2047. So if you look at the election, there is a chemistry of a leader, then there is arithmetic of numbers. The chemistry of the leader definitely works in the BJP's favor. The arithmetic has to be worked out, because in this, each and every seat has to be fought with total intensity, with the right kind of candidates, and then ensuring that the voter goes to the booth to cast his vote. So the fact is, yes, the chemistry is in the favor of the BJP. The arithmetic needs to work out. But the biggest thing is the BJP must not get complacent and has to work towards getting a good result better than the 303 seats that they won in 2019. The mood is good. It is achievable, but it is for the BJP not to be casual about it.
Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, 3 states where the BJP has got the largest, has won this latest set of elections and therefore is very buoyant. These are the same states where it already has all or most of the parliamentary seats. You talked about BJP improving its numbers from 303 in the parliament in the national elections. What is the scope of BJP increasing its tally in 2024, given that these states it is already, where it's just one, it already has maxed out its numbers?
So what we are looking at is, you are looking at increased numbers right now in Uttar Pradesh. You are looking at increased numbers in Maharashtra. You are looking at increased numbers possibly in West Bengal. And the way things are going, possibly in Bihar too. So that is where it is. Considering that the BJP has some some more seats to go in Uttar Pradesh, it could sort of really go max out in Uttar Pradesh. So, and it has to retain its seats in Karnataka, which is 25. And in what actually is important in all this is the charisma of the Prime Minister. Because in national elections, you vote for the Prime Minister. You do not vote for local issues. And in this case, the BJP scores a whole lot of points.
Tisri baar Modi Sarkar, those are the kind of slogans that we were hearing, and you talked about this complacency that in the party. Would you care to elaborate on what this complacency is that is besetting the party?
There is no evidence of complacency as such, but let me take you way back to 2004. In 2003, the NDA won all the 3 states, and the party got into such an upbeat mood that it decided to prepone the general elections. And the general mood was, yes, we are coming back to power, yes, we are coming back to power, but ultimately the party lost by a margin of, I think, about 8 or 9 seats as the single largest party. So the point in this is that there is no evidence of complacency, and let me also assure you, with Narendra Modi being around and Amit Shah being around, they will not allow the party to be complacent. But somewhere in the line, they have to think that they have to work really hard for the elections, because ultimately the numbers count. Ultimately, what you have to see is that they get the same number of seats in the state which they've lost, that is Karnataka. They need to get back the same seats that they in Telangana, that is 4. And the only state that they do not have in the Hindi heartland, that is Bihar, they need to get back the same numbers in Bihar, so that they have a good decent number to become the largest party in the Lok Sabha.
How about the Congress? What are the lessons for the Congress if they have to make a comeback in 2024? Because we've seen the party being reduced election after election, the party's numbers being reduced and reduced further. What do you see? How do you see it playing out in 2024, given Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra and the brouhaha around it?
The leadership of the Congress needs to have a vision which it has to sell to the public, to the electorate, as to where do they want to take this country to. The vision cannot be, simply having a caste-based census. The vision cannot be, minority appeasement. The vision cannot be to split the Hindu vote. The public right now, everybody in this country, with that includes the lowest of the lowest at the lowest level and to the highest, they're all looking at the country to suddenly grow and country to sort of, remove the shackles and be on the high table, global high table. That is what is right now an aspirant India. They have to feed to the aspirant India with a vision. The vision cannot be simply garnering up the Muslim vote, which they think obviously that they will not go to the BJP, splitting the Hindu vote by doing a caste census. Now, the caste census may work in Bihar, but will not work anywhere else, because the public mood is different right now in the country. So, till the time the Congress spells out its own political and economic vision, I don't see the Congress really in a position to really challenge the BJP under Narendra Modi.
How about the India Alliance?
You see, right now the India Alliance or India grouping, it is basically an amalgamation of regional parties which have their own regional aspirations. Now, normally these regional aspirations are tied with a central party. Now, in this case, it could have been the Congress. But after Congress has lost all these 3 elections, the regional parties would look at their own territory to protect their own fiefdom. So that's why they're making statements which will help their own fiefdom. For instance, like DMK is making statements against Sanatan Dharma, against, of all the things, Gau Raksha, Gau Mutra, of all the things. Then the Bihar parties are making their own noises. Then you have West Bengal, Mamata making her own noise. The point is that there is no central force that is actually fusing all this together to have a strong challenge to the BJP. That is what the fundamental problem with this is. Regional parties are only out to protect their own turf and just hoping for the best that maybe tomorrow everybody decides to vote for an anti-BJP alliance and they somehow sort of conjure up the numbers and come together. Like in the 1990s, you had the Gujarat government, the Devagada government. But the point in this is that right now, it definitely does not look like that.
Your thought on the entire North versus South divide that the opposition is talking about right now?
The North versus South divide, I think it's a conjured up exercise, though there is evidence that the Congress has now won the Karnataka elections, has also won the Telangana election. But BJP still has the maximum number of MPs in South. So I don't think so it is going to be like that. You see, if you see the party the way it is growing in Tamil Nadu, I'm not talking about the number of seats right now, but you see the ferment within. You see the ferment within Kerala. You see the ferment that is growing up within Karnataka and in Telangana, where particularly in Telangana, where BJP managed to have double the number of the votes as in the past. So all this is going to add up, because ultimately they are all voting for a prime minister. They are not voting for a chief minister, and that is where the BJP is going to gain in strength. The opposition will try and break this momentum, will try and sort of get into these issues where they're going to split the majority vote, consolidate the minority vote. But it also works the other way around also. If you go for the minority vote, then the voter get itself polarized, and then you will see a whole lot of people, majority, pushing towards the BJP. So all in all, actually, it's an edge to the BJP. It's BJP plus. It's advantage BJP.
Got it. Advantage BJP. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Shishir Gupta. Thank you, viewers, for watching this broadcast. Stay tuned to Hindustan Times Point Blank.